Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. Bear with me because this is my first time. And first I'd like to welcome everybody to my channel. My name is Angie Madera and this is my first time on YouTube. So it's going to be new to me, and be patient with everything I have to say. It is something completely out of the blue and unexpected. I did not expect to come on. It was something that I decided and I've been thinking about for some time now. And the reason that I decided to come on is because I felt like I needed to speak to all of you, specifically some of you that may feel like me, that have maybe some things going on in your life that may have changed your life at this point in your life, that you may need help, or you may want some advice, or you may want a friend, or you may just want to click on a channel that you feel like, oh my God, you know what? That's me, and I want to know more about this thing she's talking about. I'm sure there's plenty of other channels that you could definitely click on, which I do too. And I can appreciate that, and I encourage you to do that. That's what we're all here for. So, but I'm going to tell you a little bit about me. So basically, I had been working for a company, and I'll tell you what company. I don't see why that would be an issue, but I had been working for a company for AT&T for 22 years. And basically, I moved up. I was a service rep for a while, for about a year. And then I moved up, and I was in management for pretty much most of my career. And this is the first time I really talked about it, or I'm talking about it openly. Some people, I'm on Facebook, and some people know that what happened. So about in March of this year, 2019, I lost my job. So that was a little bit not out of the blue. The company downsized, and they just decided, you know what, we need to save $20 million, and we need to cut back on all of these great employees. And I, along with a bunch of other people, believe me, there was a lot of us that pretty much got let go. So here I am. I am left with a house payment, a car payment, and everything else. So, you know, big corporations like that don't really care about what's happening to you as an individual, regardless of you being a great employee or doing your job or whatnot. They're just going to do what they have to do, and I can appreciate that. I'm not trying to badmouth them at all, because believe me, I can walk away from this situation knowing that I was a good employee. I gave everything I had. I loved my employees. And when I tell you I love my employees, I loved my employees. I was a supervisor that gave everything that I had to all of my employees, and they know that. That's all I could do. I gave the company everything I had, and I gave them actually a lot more than I had. And sometimes I regret that. I regret the amount of time that I gave this company, because I mean, I sacrificed a lot for my family. And I think maybe a lot of you out there can probably relate to that. You give so much of your time to big corporations and at the expense of your family. And, you know, it's really not worth that, because at the end of the day, this is the kind of things that happens. Corporations will just say, we don't need you anymore. And I experienced that firsthand. So as much as it hurt me, and I went through a lot since March, you have to, you know, pick up the pieces and just keep moving. At first I was a little bit in shock. I think I was like taken back by the fact that, you know, first of all, 2 women got let go, and I thought, wow, you know, but it's a man's world, and you know, what are you gonna do? But it's just like I could either sit there and mope about it, and cry about it, which I did a little bit, you know, or I could just, you know, say, God, you know, take the wheel, like Carrie Underwood says, and, you know, just keep moving forward and pray that everything was going to be better. And sorry, I was hoping I was gonna cry. This video wasn't intended to make anybody feel sorry for me. Oh God. Okay, so anyway, sorry guys. I am good. This situation push me to be better. And I'm so sorry. Okay. I thought I was over it already. Anyway, so, okay, so as I was saying, I'm not a very good crier either. It's horrible. Okay, so, all right, so where was I? All right, so in March, this happened, right? And so, since then, you know, at first I tried to find a job, and as a supervisor, it's so hard to go out there and, you know, try to find a job that, you know, you're earning quite a bit of money, and it's not easy. Oh God. Okay, I'm gonna get past this. I swear I am. Sorry. Okay, so okay, so I went on a couple of interviews. They were actually pretty good, and I thought, oh my God, you know, I'm gonna get this job, and nothing. They kept saying I'm going with another, you know, another candidate, and I was like, okay. So, you know, things like this kept happening. I was like, oh my God, you know, what's going on? Like, what am I saying or not saying that, you know, I hadn't been out of this in the real world for 22 years. I mean, I just didn't understand how this could happen. Like, I couldn't get a job. Like, I thought, no problem, you know, I'm going to get a job, you know, next week, you know. It didn't happen that way. I still don't have a job, by the way. So, and we're in December. So, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. That's 9 months, or 9 months? Yeah, 9 months later. 9? March, April, May, June, July, August, September. Sorry, can't count. 9 months. Oh well. Anyway. So, anyways, I just kept trying. So finally I kept praying and praying, and I thought, you know what? There's a reason that, you know, God, I mean, things happen for a reason, right? First of all, I truly, truly believe in the saying, things happen for a reason. And me not being at this job, you know, it was meant to be. You know, I needed to be somewhere else. And I believe I still need to be somewhere else. Something wonderful is going to happen, and I'm going to be somewhere where I'm needed, where I feel like I'm not jeopardizing who I am, you know? And so I love helping people. I love fixing people's problems. I love, you know, at not the expense of, you know, doing it for selfish reasons, for a company or for, you know, people that, you know, are gonna take advantage of anybody, you know. That's who I am. And I truly believe that because of my integrity and the way that I am, I believe that that's the reason things happened the way they did. It eventually just caught up, you know, it caught up. And so, you know, God was trying to grab my attention, you know, and just say, you know, hey, it's time. It's just time for you to get past all of this. So, you know, it's teaching me something. So fast forward, I then decided, you know what, I'm just going to volunteer. I'm going to try and go into a different career path. I'm studying to do medical coding online, and you know, that's going good. I'm just, you know, I got a couple more months to get that done. And so I've been volunteering at a hospital, and you know, it's going good. I feel good about myself. I feel good about the people that I volunteer for. I try to really focus on giving back, you know, and giving to the people that need me, instead of trying to just think about what I need. And you know, it's really changed my mindset. It's changed who I am, and it's just changing everything the way that I think, you know. So I'm reprogramming my mind. I'm removing all the negative thoughts that I had about just everything that I think about, that I used to think about, I don't think about. I'm less stressed, and these are the type of things that I want to start talking about in this channel, and help people with, because I've gone through some of those things. Of course, this channel is, I labeled it, I'm talking about beauty, because I do sell beauty products and skin products, and I'm also doing fitness, because I'm bodybuilding, so I'm doing that. So I want to start showing you guys my process, my journey in that, also, and teaching you how to eat better, you know, exercise, tips on that. And so I want to help everyone that wants the help and is seeking help, and maybe want to know where to start, even at whatever age, because I mean, I'm almost 50 years old, and here I am starting all over again. And it's okay. It's okay wherever you are, whatever age you are, for you to start your journey. Mind, body, and soul, doesn't matter. You can start somewhere. So that is the background about what happened to me. As far as my childhood, I can tell you I had a pretty rough childhood, and I'd like to talk to you guys about that in some future videos too, which, you know, some of you may have had a rough childhood, and I'd like to, you know, sort of kind of help with that as well, because I have a lot of knowledge about that as well. And I also have a lot of knowledge about marriage too. I've been through 2 marriages, and I am currently engaged to we're going to get married. We don't know when we're going to get married, but you know, I feel like I have a lot of knowledge in regards to relationships with what I've learned over these 3 relationships. And let me just tell you that the father of my kids, my first marriage, he and I, this is the only children that I have. I have 3 kids, and I'll tell you that he and I have the best relationship. We didn't always have the best relationship after we went through the divorce, but we have a really good relationship. We have a best friend type of relationship, you know, and my fiance is fine about it. I mean, he's not jealous type, thank God. And we wouldn't be together if he was, but my ex-husband, you know, he and I, you know, still talk because of the kids. He and John get along, my fiance, get along, and, you know, it works. And I'd like to really talk to people about that as well, because it doesn't have to be so much. Shouldn't be fighting. There shouldn't be so much fighting, you know, with the exes. You know, there's so many people out there that can't get along, and I don't understand that. I just don't understand why everyone has to be fighting all the time. So I really want to be able to bring peace to people's life. You know, the mind is such a beautiful thing. You have the power. You have the power to change your mindset, to change it to positive thoughts. Positive thoughts that will help you change the way that you interact with all of your relationships with your family, with your parents, with your sisters, with your brothers, with your friends. Of course, willing that they want to change too, because it takes 2, right? It takes 2 people to change. But it starts with you. It starts with you first. I also wanted to just talk about really quick about, before I get off here, today's December 1st. December is always a month that people struggle with. They struggle with because let me just say, first of all, it's very trialing because of the fact that, you know, people spend a lot of money, and sometimes people don't have the money to spend, and that's very depressing for people. I understand that. And I just want to say that don't feel like you have to spend a lot of money to make people happy. You don't have to spend a lot of money to make people happy. People just want your time. Have you ever thought about that? I used to always buy my children lots of stuff, you know, thinking, oh my God, this is not enough. And I used to go back to the store and get more and more and more. And I never thought it was enough until I started like growing a little bit, and they started growing. And they were like, Mom, we don't need that much. We don't need this much, you know? And I started realizing that, man, but I felt guilty, you know? I felt so guilty because I was like, I don't know why. Well, I know why now, but at the time, I didn't feel like I was doing enough. And I think part of that was because I felt like I wasn't here, because I was always, and I shouldn't say always, but I worked a lot. I mean, I always went in at 5 o'clock in the morning to work and got off late. And so I always felt like, man, I need to make up for that, you know? But all they want is your time and your love. So spend time with your family. Get them a gift and spend time with them. Or not, just spend time with them. Trust me, that's going to be enough. Okay? Don't overdo yourself, you know? Don't overdo yourself. Don't feel like you have to do that. Okay? Only do what you can. The other thing is, you know, in regards to the holidays, is the fact that, you know, your family, sometimes you guys are not getting along. You know, let's say you have issues, you have, how can I say this? You've been fighting with your family. You haven't talked in a while. Maybe you haven't talked in years, you know? Your brother, your sister, your mom, even, for whatever differences that you have. You guys, let me just say this, okay? I am a firm believer, okay? Look, first of all, you guys need to have boundaries. If you haven't, let me just grab something real quick from my little bookshelf. If you have not read this book here, this is by Dr. John Townsend and Henry Cloud. It's called Boundaries. If you guys have not read this, you need to. It says when to say yes, when to say no, to take control of your life. You guys, I'm telling you right now, make up with your family. You need to be the first. And if you say, oh, well, it's they have a problem. I don't know, it's them. They said this, they said that. I don't care who said what. You need to make up with your family. You need to get over it. Put your big girl panties on, your big boy panties on, and go over there and make up. Just say you're sorry, or not. Just start a conversation and just say, you know what? Whatever happened, let's leave it in the past. Let's move on. And from now on, if there is that thing that is the elephant in the room, don't talk about it. Okay? Or do what I do, talk about it, get past it, and move on. Okay? Because I like to do that, just talk about it, get past it, and move on, because if not, it's going to be right there. Always. And something will trigger you, and boom, you'll have that argument again. So if you just tackle it on and just talk about it and move on, then hopefully all the air will be, and if you agree to disagree, you just agree to disagree and you move on. That's it. Move on, get over it, and then that's it. That one's a hard one. I know, because I have a family that's so stubborn, including myself, okay? I'm not even going to say that I'm not stubborn, because I am. However, at least I acknowledge it, like, hello, I'm stubborn. But what are you going to do? It's in our genes. But at least I know I need to have boundaries. And sometimes my kids will say, Mom, this and that. And I'm like, okay, you're right. I'm sorry. I won't do that again. And then if I happen to do it again, then you're right. I'm sorry. I won't do it again. I mean, I'll do my best to not do it again. And they have to call me on it. And I tell them, if I'm doing something, call me on it. Because I have to know I stepped over that boundary. I stepped over that boundary. But you have to be open to say, you know what? I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done that. Some of our old school mom, dad, aunt, uncle, whatever, they're going to be a little more resistant to boundaries because they don't know boundaries. They're the ones that are like, oh, no, this is the way it's supposed to be. But you have to be a little more patient. You have to keep saying, Mom, no, don't do that. Dad, don't do that. Aunt, don't do that. That's not the way it's done. You have to, adjust your mind because they're so used to their old school way. They may never change. And guess what? You're just going to have to love them where they are. Period. Point blank. Because guess what? One day they will not be there. So you need to love each other now, today, before it's too late. Please do that during the holidays. Your heart will feel better. Trust me on that. You do not want any resentment in your heart. You want to be clear of all of that. Because do you know that causes illnesses? Not to them. They may be sleeping fine. To you. You will feel horrible. You're going to have that thing inside every day. Never goes away. It's just there, nagging at you. Wow, all the time. You can't breathe. It's like you can't breathe, and I'll talk to you guys about my situation later on in another video. I couldn't breathe. Okay? It happened to me several times. So, trust me on it. You need to be able to breathe and just deal with life, because life is hard. Life is very hard. Okay? So, moving on, I think that is what you need to do. I would recommend it because I'll tell you, and I'm looking at my notes because I don't want to miss anything, because I made little notes just so I can remember. There's something better right around the corner. Believe me, it takes time, but in order for the holidays to be good, you need to make sure that you mend those fences. You really, really do. Okay? Some of those fences may be too broken, and it's going to take time, but at least if you try, send a card. Maybe that may be you reaching, but try it. Do that first. If you say, oh man, I can't go knock on their door. I can't go over there. I can't say hi. Sometimes it's just a wave. Sometimes it's just a hello. And you'll be surprised that they will say hello back. And if they talk, or they're the type that maybe are too hard-headed and they will not say, that's fine. Just you did what you could. That's fine. Just remember, God always keeps his promises. Always, 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 always. He keeps his promises. He always keeps his promises. And that's why I think right now, although I don't have a job, I have a side business with Lime Life by Alcone. And I've been, working, trying to get better at this and helping women with their skincare and all of that. And in other videos, I'll talk about that too. But, I've been just having faith that everything is going to be good and better. And later on, if I, decide I'm going to work from home or do other things also, and I have goals that I want to achieve, you need to do the same for yourself. Okay? Things are going to get better. And I just wanted to come on here and just tell you that wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you are going to be okay, no matter what. So no matter where you are, do not give up. Do not give up. Just make sure that you always have faith. Always have faith. And think positive. Think positive thoughts. Think positive always, and pray that you are going to get past whatever you're dealing with. So again, my channel, I will link the stuff below. Please like and comment below, and I would love to hear from you. And I will definitely, of course, subscribe to my channel. I would love to have your subscription to my channel, and I will continue to do these videos and upload as many videos as I can on different topics. So I'm hoping that you will stay tuned to the things that I have to come, because I've got some exciting stuff. And I'm talking a variety of things. So I hope that you're interested, because I will be here for you. And whatever you are wanting me to talk about specifically, if you're wanting more fitness or more beauty or more, whatever it is that you are interested in, please comment below. And then that way I know what you guys are more interested in, and I will definitely do more of those. I am going to do some videos on weighing your food and such like that. So just let me know, and I will be checking the comments below so that I can see what your interests are. So thank you guys, love you, and I will talk to you soon. Okay, bye-bye.